Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem. We have only less than 2 days until the Seder, but today is a very important day on the calendar, and a new thought occurred to me this morning I want to share with you before what I was planning on. Today is Yud Gimel Nisan. It's very interesting that many Achroinim are troubled. What is significant about Yud Gimel Nisan? So you say, what's the problem? Maybe nothing is significant about Yud Gimel Nisan. No, but every other day of Nisan is already accounted for as a reason independently why not to say Tachnon. The first 12 days, the 12 Nasiim brought their karbanos. Which was the last Nasi to bring a carbon? Naphtali! Achrein Chaviv. So Naphtali was the last Nasi to bring a carbon. So the first 12 days are covered to have reasons not to say Tachnon, because whenever somebody brings a carbon, it's a Yom Tov for them. Okay. The 14th is Erev Pesach. In the Torah, it's called Pesach. Then you have Pesach, obviously, and the final 7 days of Nisan are reserved for the inauguration of the third Beis HaMikdash. The thing is, there's only one day in Nisan that's not accounted for. Which day is not accounted for? Yud Gimel. So all the Achroinim are struggling. What's special about Yud Gimel? Okay, so Rav Isaac Tirna in the Sefer HaMinhagim says that the first 12 days in Nisan brought their karbanos, and the 13th was Isru Chag for them. Fine. The Shla HaKadosh says, many have a custom, probably in the Shtibel they do this, but I'm not sure, I haven't been there, that I remember in Queens there was a shul that did this. I think that every day of Nisan you read from the Nasi that was Makar of that day. Do they do that in the Shtibel? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even do they read the Torah? Do they take out a Sefer Torah? No. I know some shuls they take out a Sefer Torah, not part of davening, after. They take out a Sefer Torah and they read. Says the Shla endorses that, and he says on the 13th, that's the day of Shevet Levi. Rav Menachem Yishai HaLevi, today is the day of the Levium. Today is the day of the karbanos of the Levium. But the Levium didn't have karbanos. But they read the menorah, because in Nasai, you have the 12 Nasiim, and then Bahaloischa is the menorah. So the Shla says the 13th day is Keneged Shevet Levi. So that's a second approach. Chassam Sofer gives another 3 significances to the 13th of Nisan. Number 1, the Malachim come to Abraham on Pesach. It was the 3rd day of his Milah, which means his Milah was then Yud Gimel Nisan. Today is the Milah of Avraham Avinu. So that's another reason we didn't say Tachnon today. It's the Milah of Avraham Avinu. Another reason given is that who brought the carbon on the 12th? Naphtali. How many days did Naphtali have to eat his carbon? 2 days. So today is still part of the carbon of Shevet Naphtali. And then finally the Chassam Sofer says, the year that they left Mitzrayim, Erev Pesach came out on the Chassam Sofer brings down that Erev Pesach came out on Shabbos. And if Erev Pesach comes out on Shabbos, then they're makriv the Chagiga the day before on Yud Gimel. Okay? So today is the Yom HaKravas HaChagiga. Rabbi Portowitz of Flatbush shared with me an original approach to what's significant about Yud Gimel Nisan. And he said if you look in Psachim Daf Yud Gimel, he brings all the Jews would be Oilei Regel for the Shalosh Gam, especially for Pesach. Now, if you're Oilei Regel, chances are you cross the river, you cross the desert. What do you have? What carbon do you have to bring? Not ben shkoimo, you have to bring a carbon taida. Says the Gemara in Psachim Daf Yud Gimel that 13th of Nisan was one of the busiest days of the whole year, if not the busiest day, because all the Jews had many, many karbanos taida to bring. So Yud Gimel maybe was a Yom Tov because they were makar of the carbon taida. I want to suggest an original reason why the 13th day of Nisan is a Yom Tov. You ready for this? Look in Megillas Esther. What day did Haman make the lottery to figure out the right date to destroy the Jewish people? Chodesh Harishaynu Chodesh Nisan B'yom Shalosh Asar L'Chodesh Nisan. Today. Haman made the lottery to destroy the Jewish people today. Where does it say that? In Megillas Esther. So you say, well, why is that a Yom Tov? Because he was scheduling to destroy the Jews 11 months later when Yud Gimel Adar. Now he thought he was scheduling eradication of the Jews. Little did he know he was scheduling Purim. So I would say, you know why today's a Yom Tov? Because today was the day that Purim was scheduled. Okay, that's an original approach. But I thought of that last year. This morning it occurred to me, why would Haman, Davka, try to make the lottery on the 13th of Nisan? This is unbelievable. You ready? Mamish unbelievable. Why did Haman make a lottery today? Why did he choose today to make a lottery? The Medrash tells us that when Mordechai found out about the plot to annihilate the Jews, Esther was busy that day. The Medrash says, what was Esther doing that day? What was she busy doing when she got word from Mordechai that Haman's going to eradicate the Jews? The Medrash says she was doing Biur Chametz. It was Erev Pesach. Says the Chida, why was Esther doing Biur Chametz? You ready for this? When do we destroy Amalek? When do we start and when does it end? And when does the Geula happen? The Geula, we said yesterday, the Tesva B'Nisan Nigalu, the Tesva B'Nisan Asin Ligal. The Geula comes on Pesach. So then when does Amalek fall? Before Pesach. When does he start to fall? He starts to fall on Purim. When does he end falling? You ready for this? Says the Chida. The mitzvah of Biur Chametz is where the total eradication of Amalek. We begin to eradicate Amalek on Purim. We stop the conclusion, the culmination of the eradication of Amalek is Biur Chametz. I've even seen that one of the reasons for the 10 pieces of bread is Keneged the Aseres B'nei Haman. We start to eradicate Haman on Purim. It comes to a culmination tomorrow when you see the big fires and the carbon monoxide and the fumes and all the toxic, poisonous smells that enter into your clothing and take until next year to come out. You know, don't put on your Pesach suit for Biur Chametz. I mean, you could. But if you want to smell like a barbecue at the Seder, what are you masking, Pinchas?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, the chemo they pour in, there's this little fire with piles of newspaper, and then everyone throws in their hafrashas challah with mounds of plastic wrap. So besides the fumes of the gasoline, the fumes of the plastic, it's enough to kill a buffalo. That's... Yeah? You're asking me to that? No. So, this is an amazing concept. By the way, this is one of the reasons why we start the Purim Suda by learning Hilchos Pesach. Because Purim is the beginning of the destruction of Amalek, and it comes to a conclusion with Biur Chametz. Now, it occurred to me then, the Kli Yakar says a principle, that whenever something is about to extinguish completely, it has one last hurrah. Mary, you know what I mean? Like a candle. Before a candle goes out, you know what it does? Right before it's about to extinguish completely, it has a flicker. So you go, oh, it's making a comeback. No, it's symptomatic that it's about to disappear completely. Right before something is completely destroyed, it has a last hurrah. It's a phenomenon in science and in the way the world operates. When is Haman's last hurrah? Tomorrow. Biur Chametz. He's done. He's finished. So when would Haman have his last hurrah to, try to make one last splash? Today, Yud Gimel. So maybe that's the reason, al pi machshava, why Haman scheduled the eradication of the Jewish people on Yud Gimel Nisan right before his complete eradication. So he has one last splash. Little did he know, though, that he was not scheduling the eradication of the Jewish people. He was in fact scheduling Purim. So in your mind, Purim is a long time away. No. Today is when it was scheduled on the calendar. Okay? And this gives us a new understanding of Biur Chametz as well as significance of Yud Gimel Nisan.